Right, this is usually the part where I tell you what's going on today, but unfortunately I've got to get this on there now. So, you're just going to have to bear with me, all right? Yeah, I'm coming. Right, as you can see, I'm now on a ferry. I've just left Portsmouth, which is here, and in about 3.5 hours' time, I'll arrive in Caen, which is here. And then I've just got to drive all the way through France, all the way down there, all the way through Spain, down to here, Valencia, on a last-minute mercy mission. Well, sort of.
You see, Valencia is home to the latest America's Cup, the most prestigious regatta in sailing. Teams from across the world gather every 4 years to compete for the oldest sporting trophy in the world. Our mission was for BMW Oracle, an American team with German sponsorship and a crew made up of 16 different nationalities. No conflicts there, then.
And what every good team needs is a kit. Which is why I've got this bag.
Made in a leafy Hampshire town, this high-tech clothing is just as essential to a fast time as an F1 driver's overalls. It's Britain's specially designed contribution to the team. The skipper's original kit had simply worn out from training, so I volunteered to deliver his replacements. If only because it meant I got to spend 1,000 miles in possibly the best delivery vehicle known to man, the BMW M5 Touring. It's the brand new 67 grand version of the M5 Saloon. Unrestricted, it'll do 207 miles an hour. There is no faster way of delivering somebody's trousers. Which is a good thing, as time was a critical factor. The team had been lying idle in port for over a week, awaiting a favourable wind for racing. When it comes, they're out of there, clothes or no clothes. With the prospect of the captain having to sail starkers, we didn't really have time to stop and admire the scenery, although it was actually a great way to get a real feel for the car.
So here we are in the M5 Touring, and first impressions are, it's just an M5. It's got all the same kit, just over 500 horsepower, and that's a lot. 348 pounds-feet of torque, 7-speed sequential gearbox, look. That's 4. Lots of power, you can feed it all the way through. V10, 5 litre, revs to about 8,500 RPM.
And there's a button for everything, from suspension stiffness to gear change speed.
Of course, you can ignore all this stuff if you really just want to go fast, because if you press this M button here, you get the full kit. If I'm on steady throttle here and I press this, you can hear the change in the throttle response. Listen. And off. I'm not changing the angle of my foot there, that's actually off this button. Listen. You hear the engine note change, and then if I press down, the throttle response is much more insistent.
The power is never intimidating though, and the car even inspires confidence in tricky conditions. The mist shrouded the extinct volcanoes of the massive Central, so I focused my attentions inside the car.
I've been in the saddle now for about 8 hours, and I'm just really comfortable. I've got heated seats, I've got a 19-speaker stereo.
There's also acres of space in the back, a very informative head-up display, seats that grip as you fly around a corner, and a hidden MP3 input for the stereo.
See, the weird thing about this is I can have my kids, luggage, a couple of camping chairs, you know, everything in the boot of this car, and you'd still have to be in a Lamborghini to beat me. When you consider that the Touring hits 0 to 62 miles an hour in about 5 and a bit seconds, 5.2, 5.1, that's seriously impressive.
But of course, there's a downside.
Oh dear, just been flashed by a camera.
The M5 masks its speed just too well. You don't even notice your speed creeping up until it's too late.
Flash, oops.
And as well as getting you into trouble, there's another problem with the M5.
I keep having to stop for fuel. If you go quickly, you have to stop more. it's a real blow to its touring ability.
I was averaging only about 18 miles to the gallon. Yes, I was driving hard, but having to fill up every 2 and a bit hours is not ideal when a man is waiting for his waterproof pants. Still, I made it to Spain after nearly 12 hours on the road.
Welcome into the invisible world.
Right, we've managed to get to Spain, just crossed the border about 10 minutes ago, and look at the weather. If I don't know what good yachting weather is, I don't know what this is it? I think I might be tired.
The next morning, we received an unpleasant phone call. The weather report was good for boats, and they'd be racing in a few hours. We had to go.
Right now?
As the boat was being prepped, I headed back to the open road. It just wasn't open enough.
Okay, we're approaching Valencia. Got 49 kilometres to go. It's about half an hour, I reckon. The boats apparently are leaving within the next 3/4 of an hour. So we've got to find the harbour, which shouldn't be hard. I mean, it's the sea. Find the sea, get the boat, get them their kit, and we're away. The only problem is this. Trucks overtaking one another, and it's driving me mad. What I've discovered is there's 3 stages to being in an M5, right? You get in it, you're immediately impressed by the fact it's got this massively powerful V10 and it goes really, really quick. That's all really impressive. Then you start getting a little bit bored that it's so clinical and you think it lacks a bit of character. And then the more time you spend with it, you realise that it's not lack of character, it's just ruthless efficiency. And that ruthless efficiency is just really cool. This is one of those cars that the more you drive it, the more it gets under your skin, and you realise that quite a few other cars are just a little bit crap. They're just not quite as good. Everything becomes just not quite as good.
Eventually, the crap cars cleared out of the way, and the race was well and truly on. I had just over 10 minutes to get to the port. The crew were ready to cast off, or whatever it is they do, and they weren't going to wait. But I was making good time. I was going to make it. Then disaster. Spanish commuters ahoy.
Oh my word. A traffic jam, a traffic jam, a traffic jam, a traffic jam. Come on!
Everything was conspiring against me. I'd done 1,000 miles in 15 hours, and it looked like I'd failed with less than a mile to go.
Why is nothing signposted anymore?
Then I saw it. I was nearly there! I pushed through the last few Spaniards.
Come on! Come on!
But I had no idea whether I'd still be in time for the boat.
Port, America's Cup. That way, straight down.
I'd found it! And as I rounded the corner, burst into the compound and headed onto the dock, my heart was in my mouth. Had I made it in time?
Whoa, hang on, mate.
Tom. Didn't think you'd make it. Thank you, mate.
Good luck,
Have a
good
good
luck.
one.
See you later. I didn't think we'd boat right. Look, I'm sweating. Oh.